Hey everybody, welcome back. Today I'm going to show you an easy, simple way that you can track anything on your vehicle using any metric that you would like on software that you most likely are already using. So I've designed this Excel template to conveniently accomplish this task using any device that supports Microsoft Excel. So whether you decide to do it on your desktop, your phone, your tablet, whatever is compatible with Excel, this will work with it. The thing that I love about this Excel template is the layout of the first page. This page summarizes everything that you want to know about your vehicle. First thing I'll do is I'll kind of give you a tour, describe the color scheme, how to interact with the dashboard, and then I'll show you a really simple, easy way to set this up. If you're wanting to track more things, it's really easy to add, it's really easy to scale this Microsoft Excel sheet. So we'll just start out on the summary page. You can see I have some color schemes in this. The first one being green. The green fields are ones that you're going to change frequently or input data into frequently. You can see that I can select different vehicles. If I change a vehicle on this list, it's going to populate all the data for that vehicle. So as an example, I'll just pick Chevy 1. It tells me the last mileage that was recorded for that vehicle, as well as an estimate of the year-to-date miles put on the vehicle. If we select tires, how many miles do I have on those tires so far? And as you can see, I have close to 20,000. The remaining interval tells you how many miles you have left. So if you have a lifespan of whatever it is you're trying to track, it will tell you how many miles you have to go to reach that lifespan. In this example, we use tires. Many tire stores offer a warranty. Common number is 60,000, which is what I put in for this pickup. So if I put my interval in there, which I'll show you how to do here in a little bit, it will track how many miles I've put on there, and then it will tell me how many miles I have left to reach that interval. And you can decide that for many things. If there's something that you want to track that doesn't have an interval, it's still fine because it will still tell you how many miles it's been since that action was performed. Below that we have service information, so it'll tell you when your last oil change was, what the date was, and then it will tell you when your next oil change is based on the interval. Now, the interval has to be customized because there's many different types of oils that you can put in your vehicle, and you may want to specify, well, is it a 3,000 mile interval, 4,000, 5,000, what's the interval? And then once again down here it will tell you how many miles you have left on your oil change. Below that we have vehicle information. So for this Chevy 1, it will tell you the make, model, year, VIN number, part numbers. Once again, when you set up this spreadsheet, you'll want to put all this information in for this vehicle, and then you can easily recall it on the go. So if I'm out and about on my phone, I can select a different vehicle, and then it will tell me all that information for it. So it's very quick to recall, and it's all in one place for you to see. Below that, I have a mileage predictor, which really comes in handy. If you enter a date in here, Excel will analyze how you have been putting miles on that vehicle, and it will predict what your mileage will be on that date. So say by the end of the year I need to have a rough estimate of what mileage I'll have based on my current driving habits. In this case, for this Ford Focus, it will say I have close to 92,000 hours, so it will predict that for you. Same goes for like a mileage goal. So if you have a goal for one of your cars to get to a certain mileage before you trade it or do anything to it, you can enter in the mileage, that goal mileage, and it will tell you right around, based on your current driving habits, what date you will arrive at that mileage. All that's required to keep track of this is a date and a recorded mileage. So if you're out and about on your phone, you can just go out, say, okay, today's the 7th, mileage is such and such, and then all of this updates. It will update your predicted mileage, your predicted dates, it will update all of your intervals, all the things you're keeping track of, and it will subtract those out, and you can come in here. As soon as you put that new information in, it'll tell you all of these details. So then down below that you have a vehicle log, so it will list out everything you've done to that vehicle as it is recorded in the log. So however far back you want to go and you want to keep it in there, this will spill out that log for you. And then as always, we have a picture here of the vehicle, and then we have a graph depicting your mileage increase, which is handy because as you go throughout the year, you can see which times of the year you had the most mileage. So if there's a certain season you drive a lot, then you can look at this graph and it'll tell you if you spike during certain times of the year. So that's the summary page. Let's dive into setup now. So if we go over here to vehicle info, This is the list of vehicles that I have currently in this spreadsheet. Like I said, you can track one or many vehicles. If this table isn't big enough, it's really easy just to drag down and make it bigger. So you put in your vehicle name, put in the make, model, the year, VIN number if you desire. Obviously some of this information may not necessarily be relevant to you. One thing I absolutely love to do is put in my part numbers. So my air filter number, oil filter number, my tire size, type, and then we have the intervals section here. You can make this as big as you want. I've only put 4 in here for now, but here we have the oil change interval. So how often do you need your oil changed? Put that in here. Air filter miles if you desire, tire miles if you desire. So if you go to the tire shop and they say, what's the warranty on this? 60,000. You can put that interval in here and then you can track how progress is going with that. Transmission oil. And then once again, picture. This is a really nice feature of Excel that they haven't always had, but you can insert pictures now into a cell. And so if I go to pictures, place in cell, you can place that picture in the cell and then Excel will treat that as data. So when you go to write a formula to recall the contents of that cell, it will bring the picture. All this vehicle information, this is just recalling the same information that we set up in the vehicle info. If there's intervals that you would like to add to it, it's really easy just to insert an interval here and then name it whatever you want if there's something that you want to track. So say I wanted to keep track of shocks, I can add that as an interval, and suppose I want to make sure I get to 20,000 miles before I have to put shocks on this vehicle. If I come over here to the log, you can see that I already have shocks here as an item. If it wasn't there, then I would add it here. So if there's something else I wanted to track, then I could put it on here. So air conditioner, if you want to track how long it's been since the air conditioner was serviced, you can put that in here. So if you take your vehicles in every year to get serviced and checked out, you could put it in here that the air conditioner was checked out, and then it will keep track of your miles since that has happened. So that becomes super powerful. And once again, this is a table, so you can expand this for, as far as Excel lets you, and you can keep track of as many things as you want. So this is where our list is generated from. So on the summary page, our vehicle list is generated from our vehicle setup table. So as we add vehicles to that table, this list will update. Same thing on the items that we were wanting to track. So you can see I just typed air conditioner in there. That automatically showed up here for me. Really all that it takes to set up this spreadsheet is to put in your vehicle info, and then after that, you just come in and you start entering in data for those vehicles. Obviously, the more data you have, the more accurate your predictions will be. As I come down here, you can see this is also populating the same list of things that I'm wanting to keep track of. This is standardized in such a way that it won't let you make a mistake. I've done this so that it keeps it clean, keeps it organized. So if I come in here and try to type something that I don't have in my list, it's going to tell you it doesn't match the data validation. So basically saying this isn't in your list. So if there's something new I want to track, I want to make sure I put it in the item list so that it's synonymous across the whole workbook. If there's something in here that you feel like is missing, leave a comment below on your suggestion. I'm going to leave a link in the description to this Excel sheet so that you can go and try it out for yourself. So with that, we'll see you next time.